Welcome to Midlife Matters. I'm Marie, and each week I'm joined by my friends Julie and Mindy to talk about all the topics keeping women in the middle years up at night. Today we're talking about summer and our to-do lists. Join us as we share what to read, what to cook, what to wear, what to try, and so much more. Let's get started. Listeners, we're all familiar with the expression, the lazy days of summer. And we all want to be lazy for at least a part of the time. Don't you, Mindy and Julie? Don't you want to just put your feet up and forget about your to-do list?
I'm not sure that that's limited to summer, but yes.
Okay.
Oh, that's a great perspective. I would say, yeah, I was forced to put my feet up at the beginning of summer because I broke my toe.
Okay.
However, that still doesn't take care of the to-do list. Things still have to be done. But here we are.
Right. Yes, we do want to just put our feet up. Maybe not with a broken toe, but we do want to relax. But I know that after, a couple weeks of that, I kind of start to feel like I need a little structure. So today we're going to be talking about our summer to-do lists. And when you listen to this episode, if you are not quite at the point where you don't want to put your feet up anymore, you can hit pause and come back. Or maybe we'll inspire you and you can kind of order something that you want to get started on. But if you are at a point where you're like, well, let me just have a general structure for my summer. Let me just see what I could do. This is going to be a great episode for you. So we have just gone through a to-do list. We basically said to be read, to be cooked, to be tried, to be learned, to be completed, to be started. We've got all kinds of categories for you guys. And we don't even all have something for every single one of them. But I promise you, one of the three of us will have something good to share.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get some good ideas on a few of these categories from you guys.
I know. All right. Well, let's just get started with to be read, because every season seems like a good season for me to read. But summer is kind of known as you hit the beach or the mountains or wherever, you put your feet up and you read. So what is on your to be read list? Julie, do you want to start us off?
Sure. Well, today actually is the first meeting of my kids' literature book club. So that's exciting.
Yes.
We read Heidi this month. So we're going to be talking about that. And so we're going to meet monthly. So we've got more books, to read. And we didn't make up a list yet. So we'll decide that today, what we're going to read next. But I'm excited about that.
Yeah. And just for listeners that might not know it, this is not Julie leading a bunch of kids reading a book. These are adults reading kids' literature.
Right. Yeah, Heidi was such an optimistic, feel-good read. Like, I really loved it. And there was just lots of good spiritual stuff in it, too. So I can't wait to see what everybody got out of it. But for the summer, I'm not reading your typical beach reads because I'm not going to the beach.
Okay.
But I found this book. I followed this lady on Instagram. Her name is Nicole. I don't know how to pronounce it. Zasowski, Zasowski. I'm sorry, I butchered that. But I had been following her, and she was coming out with this new book. And I noticed on a lot of people's feed, they were talking about this book and how much they were enjoying it. So I ordered it. And the book is called What If It's Wonderful?
Oh.
And it's the subtitle is Release Your Fears, Choose Joy, and Find the Courage to Celebrate. She says, what if my hope only leads to disappointment? What if I embrace joy only to have it ripped away? What if my happiness takes me away from the God I knew so well in my pain? And she said, celebrations don't always come with a catch. And that subtitle just grabbed me because when you're going through something horrific like cancer, it is easy to fear when anything good comes along because you're going to lose it.
Yeah.
Or that's going to turn bad too. And so that's the gist of what she's talking about, is like how to celebrate and find joy in the middle of difficult situations. And it's very positive and uplifting. So
wow,
I would recommend it. I'm about
wrote that down, Julie.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Say that one more time for people that may not have caught the title.
The title, What If It's Wonderful?
Okay. That sounds like a really good one. And I'm going to try my best to put links to all these things in the show notes. Try my best. So if you go and look for something and you don't see it, you can always message us. But that definitely is something that should be included.
Yeah, and I wanted to say the author is a licensed marriage and family therapist, author, and speaker. So she has some credentials.
Okay.
Excellent.
That's good to know. Mindy, what's on your to be read list?
This book, actually, Julie has mentioned it before, maybe even a couple of years ago, but I heard it mentioned in a podcast again that I was listening to this week. And I was like, you know what? I think this is the time to finally read that and put it into practice. Mm-hmm. It's The Gospel Comes with a House Key. Oh. It is hitting just at the right time of, we've been here a year. I've been praying about, okay, God, we need to use our home. We need to open it up. We need to, put our roots down a little deeper. And so there was a podcast I was listening to and they mentioned it. And I just thought, I think that's where I need to go next. I think that's kind of the next door I need to open in my own heart and mind and being intentional with my home. So that's kind of the direction that I want my summer to go, is being able to open my door to people.
I can see you really enjoying that book, Mindy, and finding it fun to put into practice.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. I'm like, I've heard it a couple of times now. And you know how sometimes it just it's like the right moment you hear it, you're like, okay, yes, now is the time.
Right.
So that's where I'm at. Now is the time. Other than my fluffy Kindle reading at night, that means nothing. And it's totally, those are the beach reads that put me to sleep every night. I couldn't tell you the name of the book I'm reading right now, though, but not even worth mentioning.
They genuinely put you to sleep.
Yes.
Okay. Well, my to-be read list is kind of all over the place. I just took a look at things that I have on hold. So, Julie, I feel like this author is maybe something that you would enjoy. I read their fictional books, but they're set in England, World War II, but they're not quite as depressing as some World War II books can be. Mm-hmm. So the one that I just finished was called The Chilberry Woman's Choir, which sounds kind of boring, but it was a cute story, and it's by Jennifer Ryan. And then I just started another one by her called The Kitchen Front, and also by Jennifer Ryan. So they were very lighthearted. I genuinely think these are books that you would enjoy, Julie. So usually my reading style is not something that you're that on board with, but I really think that you would like these.
Those sound right up my alley.
Yes.
Yeah, Marie's usually some sort of thriller or murder or something.
Kidnapping.
Yes.
They all died.
Yes. And then because I happen to have 2 teenage girls at home this summer, this book really drew my eye. It's by Abby Waxman called I Was Told It Would Get Easier. And it's basically about a mom and a daughter that are on a college tour together with some other families. And it's basically getting into the mom's head, and then you get into the daughter's head for the same situation. And I love books that give you both perspectives. It's and one of the funny parts I was telling my husband about was this is the kind of thing it is. It's the daughter's 16. So if you've had a 16-year-old girl, chances are you can identify with this mom. She gets home from work and she knows her daughter's at home. And she's like, well, I could go upstairs and knock on her bedroom door and ask how she's doing and, ask if she's packed for the trip that we're leaving on tomorrow. And, or I could make myself a cup of tea and get a snack. I mean, why would I want to go up there? Because she's just going to look at me like, of course I've packed. And what are you in my business? We all know how that feels. But then meanwhile, so she picks making herself a cup of tea and getting a snack. And meanwhile, upstairs, the daughter's thinking to herself, well, I guess mom doesn't care how my day was. It's just so funny because
interesting.
It's not really sad at all. It's just so true. It's yes, the mom would be willing to go up and ask, but experience has told her that oftentimes it doesn't go well. So she's
don't poke the bear.
Yes. Well, we're leaving on a trip tomorrow. Maybe I don't want to start off on that. And the daughter's like, well, no one cares how my day went. So
oh no.
I've laughed so many times where the mom and the daughter, they're staying in a hotel room together. And it's the daughter's perspective and then the mom's perspective.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So that's cute. And then I shared that I really liked the Sally Hepworth books, last week, and I have a couple more of those on my holds list. So this summer, I'm hoping to be able to read, which is, I think, our newest one, The Younger Wife, which sounds very intriguing to me.
Uh-oh.
So we'll see how that one is. Let's see what it says that The Younger Wife is about. A heart surgeon at the top of his field, Stephen Aston is getting married again, but first he must divorce his current wife, even though she can no longer speak for herself. So I think there is going to be quite the story.
He's leaving her in a hospital bed in a coma or something?
It sounds like it.
Oh, my goodness.
So I've got the gamut. I've got, like, if you are needing just some levity with your teenagers, I've got if you need something fun and happy, and then I've got if you just need to just have a good story.
Okay. Oh, my goodness.
All right. Well, let's take a look at our to be cooked. And I must say my to be cooked list is very short. Mindy, do you have a longer to be cooked list?
I hope so, Mindy.
Well, I don't have like specific recipes, but Bryce and I have actually been intentional. We have 2 devices we're trying to use. So he's still like perfecting the green egg, and we have taken probably 4 different Saturdays and just bought different meat and, marinated, and he's taken time and different recipes. So we're still working with our green egg, and he's getting more and more excited about things are turning out better, than the first couple times.
Did you have any inedible pieces of meat?
We had inedible pizza.
Oh, in the green egg?
Oh, I've always wanted to try that.
Oh.
Yes, we were all excited. We had all these great ingredients, spent a ton of time putting it all together. And the bottom burned too fast and the top wasn't cooked.
Oh, bummer.
So just, like playing around with getting that right. Like we had the pizza thing. And so we're still not perfected on pizza, but meat has been going really well. So that has been one thing. And the other thing is we just got this Ninja Foodie, which is amazing. It includes all this different stuff. So let me tell you what all it includes. And I happened to find it at Target. Online, it says it's $199. I happened to go in the store and it was $179. So I was like, oh, awesome. But it is a lot of different things. When you don't just type in Ninja Foodie, like there's a bunch of them that pop up. So this particular one includes, it's an air fryer and air roaster, air broil. You can bake because it has a convection oven, toast, dehydrate, reheat, keep things warm. So what I'm most excited about with this is I've never gone down the air fryer route before. So I like that it came with a basket for the air fryer and it's big enough for my family. And the other thing that I was super thrilled about is you can make a lot of one pan meals. Oh. And so I'm excited about that. Like it even came with this, it made it so easy. Like you pick your protein, you pick your starch, you pick your vegetable, and then pick a sauce. And you know what I mean? Like in 20 minutes, like we had roasted chicken, Brussels sprouts, and potatoes. Oh, so that's something simple. Yeah. I'm just like, can you please simplify dinner? And it needs to be healthy. And so I feel really good about this new Ninja Foodie thing to be able to make better meals faster.
Yeah. So what does it look like? Does it look like
It looks like a toaster oven. Okay. Like if you saw it, I'll send you a picture. If you saw it sitting on my counter, what's really nice is that when it's sitting down, it just looks like a toaster oven. But when you're not using it, you fold it up and it's stainless steel. And so it saves counter space, but it's on kind of a wheel that you fold it down and then push it right back up. And then it has different pans inside for whatever you're going to be using it for. So we happened to go to some friend's house and they had one, and I'm not a big kitchen person I do everything by hand, I guess. So I don't use a lot of gadgets. So this actually sold me. I was really surprised that I wanted one as soon as we saw theirs and I saw all the things it could do.
Oh, and that air fryer basket looks big. That's been my complaint is one of our kids brought an air fryer home and when they were, and the basket was so tiny. I thought, well, it would take you 10 shifts just to have enough fries for the family to eat.
Yes. Yeah. It had enough stuff in one. I'm like, okay, it's all these things in one. Oh, okay, that's right up my alley.
Right. All right. Well, Julie, what's on your to be cooked list?
Well, sadly, really nothing except, I guess you can say this.
Let's take out all summer for Julie.
Well, the other day I was visiting a friend in West Nashville, and there's this great little restaurant called Cocos. Have y'all ever heard of it? It's a hole in the wall Italian, but it's real Italian.
Okay.
And it's half restaurant, half store.
Oh.
So they have a little freezer section where they package their lasagna, their baked ziti, their ravioli. And I went in and bought 3 frozen boxes of that.
Okay.
They have a gelato counter. They have chocolate. They sell their pasta sauce. And then you can also sit down and eat. So
Yum.
I did do that. So to keep me from cooking. But one thing, we love ice cream and sorbet and sherbet. And we have an ice cream maker that I've talked about before. And we just made watermelon sorbet.
Oh, that sounds really good.
It was the best thing we've ever made. You just take a small watermelon, like round watermelon, seedless watermelon, and scoop it out. And you cook up a simple syrup, add it to the watermelon, that's pureed. And put it in the freezer, and it is amazing. It's so refreshing.
Oh,
so
that does.
We might be living on sorbet this summer.
Yes. Well, that'll be okay. All right. Well, my to be cooked list is also very short, and I heard about these on another podcast, Sort of Awesome, which we have talked about before on our podcast, and they recommended these, so I went down to Trader Joe's and bought them, and they are pretty good. I mean, I wouldn't say they wow you, but they were something else that I could have in the freezer for a quick lunch or a quick dinner for people that, weren't going to be around or we just needed them. So the premium salmon burgers at Trader Joe's, it says what makes them so special. This is Trader Joe's. They're made with wild pink salmon fished from the icy cold waters of Alaska. The fish are fully skinned and deboned and then seasoned with such goodies as carrots, celery, onions, and sea salt. Although I didn't see any carrots or onions in them, so it's not obvious, but they are pretty tasty. They're formed into patties and quick frozen, and so this locks in the moisture and super salmon flavor. And last night, I actually made these for everybody, so instead of putting them in the skillet, you can just put them on a sheet in the oven and made them all at one time. And I must say that my kids had wrinkled noses and were reluctant to try a salmon burger, but all of them said that they were much better than they imagined. So, and they ate them. So it wasn't a raving review, but
did you let them read the Trader Joe description? I always feel like their descriptions make you want to try everything.
Yes.
So along with the salmon burgers, they also recommended the mahi burgers. So I bought those, and I've tried those also. And they are good, especially if you're looking for lunch for yourself. And, you just don't know what to make. I, a lot of times, will put it with sourdough bread then and lettuce, tomato, avocado, dress it up a little bit. But it's another option. And don't we all run out of ideas?
Yes.
Yeah, you can just pull one out at a time.
Yes, you can just pull one out at a time. Only 4 comes in a package. So, I had to buy a couple packages. But at this point in my life, I'm just kind of okay, is it healthy? Which these seem to be pretty healthy. Right. Are they quick and easy? Could people make them on their own? Okay, fine. I'm getting them.
Yes.
It checks off all the boxes.
Yes. So that is on my to be cooked list. All right, let's move on to be tried. And you guys, I don't know. I mean, I think to be tried sounds like such an awesome category. I totally want to hear what everyone else wants to try this summer. I wrote down nothing. So tell me what you guys want to try.
Oh my goodness.
I am going to try kayaking.
Are you?
Oh.
Yeah. I put up some pictures of a hiking trail that I had done, and a friend, really an acquaintance, said, "Hey, I'm always on that trail, or I'm always hiking over there, and I like to kayak over there. Can you send me the link to that trail?" And I said, "Oh, you kayak?" I said, "I've been wanting to do that, but I don't want to buy a kayak because I don't even know what kind to buy or if I'd like it." And she goes, "Well, lucky you, I have 2 kayaks, so I'll meet you out there one day and try it.
Okay.
So we haven't got to do that yet, but I thought, well, what a great way to get to try it, on somebody else's kayak.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that because you can kayak at Percy Priest Lake. There's several places on the Harpeth River here that you can do it. And with the heat wave, it just sounds like a fun way to be in the water.
Mm-hmm. That does sound fun.
That is one of my favorite things to do, Julie. A lot of times when we go on vacation, we look for places to kayak at whatever location we're at.
Yeah, I've done it on vacation once, but I just didn't know if I'd want to do it regularly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let us know how that goes.
Okay.
Mindy, what do you want to try?
Well, here I'm going to cheat on this one because I don't personally have anything, but my boys do.
Okay. And you'll be driving them and supporting them.
And I will be providing transportation for said activities. So it's so fun because I'll start with my youngest. He's the one that I've talked about before. Remember when he wanted to learn how to do a backflip like a couple years ago? And then COVID hit and he wanted to learn how to play the piano. And so then I shared the app that he used to learn how to play the piano. So, well, he's at it again this summer and I just love that he's a constant learner. So, he's picking the piano back up and asked us to repurchase the app. And so he's more delving into classical music right now. So he's more, before he was playing like, show tunes or, things that people would all recognize. And now he's trying to do these classical songs. He picked up juggling the other day.
Oh.
Like he just decided he wanted to juggle. And so golf balls were his choice of juggling item. We changed to baseballs. They still sound as loud when they hit the floor, though, just FYI.
Yeah.
Hope he doesn't go to bowling balls.
We joked about bowling balls. And he's doing really good. He's adding in flipping it up behind his back, and he's able to like do it under one leg. And I'm just like, you're just completely awesome, Nathan. I just love that. And then my 15-year-old, we have a short list of things he needs to learn to do before he gets his license. In actually just a couple weeks. I've really dropped the ball on this.
Yeah.
But we're also starting college tours. So with him, we're actually going to a college tomorrow and it'll be his first college visit. So that's actually very exciting. That's something we're going to start doing together. And then the last thing that he just picked up is he wanted to learn to play golf. Of course, we live in Georgia. Golf and tennis are kind of the sports that everybody does down here. And so he had his first golf lesson yesterday and is doing very well. So
that's awesome.
Those are the things my boys are trying that I get to celebrate.
Yes.
I think you could probably join in on one of those.
You can at least learn to juggle, Mindy.
Well, like, I'm just, do I really care about juggling? I'm over here learning how to cook, okay?
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, you're having to learn a lot with new gadgets, Green Egg and the Ninja Foodie. I mean, those aren't easy things to master here. It's not the crock pot where you turn it on for a certain number of hours and walk away.
I've got the crock pot down. Yeah, these are new.
All right. Well, how about to be learned? What do you guys want to learn? Which kind of goes along with to be tried, but did you have anything different to be learned?
Well, I know y'all are probably sick of hearing me talk about this. So I did enroll in a watercolor class online, which is
awesome.
Not my preferred method, but I just couldn't find a live teacher that I wanted to pay a lot for right now, not knowing anything about it. So I just found a beginner 101 and she had a bonus botanical class too. So I thought that's what I'm going with.
Okay.
So. Way to go, awesome. Julie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What do you want to learn this summer, Mindy?
Well, I was hoping Julie had a longer list.
I know.
No, that's it.
Listen, I thought you were going to say exactly what I'm going to say. I was waiting. I want to learn what my genius zone is. And
yes.
Well, that watercolor class fits into that.
This is okay.
Yeah.
I am being very intentional about this. Like, I'm not just saying this, but I do actually want to know what my genius zone is. And I've spent time in the mornings with journaling. And I've researched a couple of different things that I could learn how to do or like do it. And again, I kind of like the juggling tongue in cheek, but seriously, do I really care about that enough to, So I've thought about a lot of different things, and I still am mystified, but I am actively researching some different things right now to try to figure out what that is.
And that's okay to be in that phase.
Oh man. So that's where I'm at. And I do feel like the book that I mentioned, The Gospel Comes with a House Key, I feel like that is part of it as well.
Yeah. It's really hard to think of what you want to learn. I think I'm kind of where you are, Mindy, where I don't even know really what I like anymore or what I enjoy. And I don't even have time to think about it in the summer, because I'm busy making what everybody else wants to do happen. So I am looking forward to maybe this fall just having some time to think about what I do want to learn. I want to learn things, but I don't know what.
Okay.
That sounds so weird, but I bet there are people out there that can identify with that. I feel like right now I'm just learning a lot about getting people ready for college again and sending everybody out, and there's always a to-do list on that process for 3 people, so
it's a lot. That's the whole summer.
Yeah.
So we can revisit the whole idea
of learning
in late August, September, maybe even October. We'll give ourselves some time.
Well, I know. And I went to orientation last week with one of my girls, and I don't know if you guys experienced this when you went to orientation, but you're almost a little jealous of the opportunities they have to learn things. Like they can pick like these different electives and they can just say, oh, well, I'm interested in finding more about that. And it's such a great time. Of course, when you share that with them, they roll their eyes and they're like, Mom, come on. But you always hear, like, I remember my mom saying stuff like that. You don't know how fortunate you are when you're in that position to be like, well, I could pick anything I want to learn about right now.
That's why I love that Julie actually signed up for a class. Like she is narrowing in on something and signed up for a class. I mean, I think that's where I hope to be at some point.
Yes.
And part of it was a little bit of fear. Like if I always just kept it as I'm going to do this, then in my mind, I'm always a success. I envision these beautiful paintings. But when I actually, like the other day, my mom had a request for me to paint something. So I said, okay, I'm going to get everything out. And, the first thing I tried, I wasn't happy with. And I was like, like this is harder than I thought. Like, it's hard to face the idea of failing or not living up to what you hoped it would be, But if you just keep it out there in the future, you never have to face that. And so that's something you have to get past.
Yeah. So I guess take from this category, listeners, that if there is something that you have the opportunity to sign up for and you're interested in learning it, go for it, for sure.
Yep.
All right. What do you guys want to be completed this summer? And our next category is to be started. So let's kind of combine these. Is there something that you want to start and complete? Or is there something that you've already started and you want to complete? Like, I know there's the gamut. Julie, you were sharing something with me last night.
Yeah, I have actually started something and I'm going to complete it probably this week. When we did all our painting, I had to take everything off the walls. And so most of my stuff upstairs and in my front stairwell, I've not put back up. And I'm loving the white walls. It's just the house is lighter. And I know I don't want to keep it bare, but I'm just enjoying it for a little while. And I thought I wanted to put a gallery wall on my stairwell in the front entry hall. And I had all these travel photography pictures I had taken, and they were upstairs in these little mismatched Goodwill frames, like no mats, mismatched frames. And it was cute upstairs, but when I brought them in the entry hall, it just did not have the right look, So I started looking online and, like gallery walls. And I noticed that I wanted matching frames. I wanted them to be minimal with big mats, big oversized mats with small openings. That seems to be the trend. Well, that can get pricey. Like a custom framed picture you could spend $200 on. And I wanted 10 or 12, So I just knew that wasn't an option. So I tried to figure out what I was going to do. And so I went to Joann's and bought some wood frames. I wanted gold, couldn't find them. So I bought these wood frames that have like a little braid on them. They were really pretty. looked up how to paint them, found this awesome paint. It only required one coat.
That's unbelievable.
Not even glazing them. I mean, it's amazing. So I, had to take the frames apart, take the glass and the backing out, paint them all, let them dry. And then for the mats, you just can't find mats that are like that with the big mat with the small opening. So I found a website through Instagram, and it's called custommat.ca. And I had trouble finding them when I went to search. Like if you just search custom mat, you'll get custommat.com, and that's not the right one. This is based in Canada, and I'm assuming that's what the CA means.
Okay.
So you can order customized mat boards in any size, any color, any shape, any quantity, and the more you order, the cheaper they get. And they're delivered to your door, and they're shipped in 48 hours. And to me, the worst part about a custom framing job is you turn it in and it takes 2 to 3 weeks, before you see it again. So I had already done all my frames, and I sat down one night. You give them the outer measurement of your mat, like if it's a 16 by 20, 11 by 14. And then you give them the cutout size. Like if you have a piece of art that's 5 by 7, you want your cutout to be a little smaller so it doesn't fall through. And they have it on a diagram, so you get it exactly the way you want it. Like if you want your opening to be off center, you can do that. Like you can put it wherever you want. And they have all these different colors. Well, I got mine delivered on Monday, and they were perfect. I mean, precise. They all fit perfectly. And it's just amazing. So if you want to do something that looks very custom without the price, that is the way to go. I mean, they got great reviews, but until you order something, you never know.
Right.
Now, Julie, I definitely want you to share pictures with us so we can post it on Instagram when your gallery wall is up, because I bet listeners would love to see how beautiful that looks. It sounds amazing.
Yeah, it was a really fun project. So I hope to get that going this week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's encouraging. That leads straight into my project that I'm wanting to start and complete. And it is a wall that I've wanted to do a gallery on in my dining room. It's the whole eat-in kitchen. I had a couch in there, and actually saw a table that my friend was selling for cheap, and it needed to be refinished. So Bryce's summer plans are to refinish the table for me, which is a project that he's never done that before. So he's been learning and working through this project, which I love. I feel so loved when he goes down there to work on that table. So he's working on the table, and I have to work on the wall, like the decor. And there's one wall, because otherwise there's a window and then like doors to go to the porch. And so I want minimal frames. I want the large mats, exactly what you described, Julie. Like, I can't tell you what perfect timing this is that you just told us. Because I have been all over online. I've been in stores. I follow the Chris Loves Julia Instagram. And so she had shared some that she used. And so I'm trying to decide like how to do I want people in the pictures? Do I want to do like places we've been? I'm trying to think of what theme I want on that wall. And so, anyways, so that's the project that I'm working on. And so,
well,
great timing, Julie.
Yeah.
I want to see pictures of your table and your gallery wall, Mindy.
Yes. I can't wait to see that.
Hopefully it turns out well. If it doesn't, I mean, there's some really great edits out there. So I'll take a picture and do a nice edit on there. I'm like, yep, it's perfect.
Yes. Well, I think I had mentioned before in another episode that I would like to paint my bathroom cabinets. They're from 1987, and I still have yet to do that. So I would like to start and complete that, I think, in August when everybody goes to school. But I technically have until like around September 21st for summer, right? Or is it September 20th? I don't know. What day is the first day of fall? September 21st?
It's somewhere.
Okay, yeah. So I technically have like 6 weeks after they leave to do this project. So I'm hoping to start and complete within the summer time period. At least one bathroom, because I'd really like to try a fun color. But, it takes time, and it's like you don't want anyone to use that bathroom while it's drying. And right now, with everybody home, there's no bathrooms that are not being used multiple times a day. So that is something I would like to start this summer.
Well, I hope you'll post pictures of your project as well, Marie, because I would love to see what fun color you choose.
Well, I shouldn't have said fun color. I'm already going to walk it back because fun color in my book is probably a neutral. And my daughter would be like, Mom, that is not a fun color.
It's beige.
So let me walk
You're
back
khaki.
the description of fun color. It will be a color.
Fun is to be determined.
Right.
All right, well, let's move on to what we want to see in the summer. And it is so fun to go to the movies in the summer, I think, because it's like 100 degrees outside, at least it is here this week, and to go into the cool air conditioning and watch a movie and escape. So what movies are you guys looking forward to seeing this summer?
It is a treat to see a movie in the summer because I don't generally like daytime movies, but in the summer, that's a fun time to go.
It is, yeah.
Because while we're recording this, it's going to feel like 104 today.
Right.
So, going to the movies is fun. I still haven't seen Maverick, and so that is on my list. But my big movie to see this summer is Elvis.
Is it coming out? I haven't even seen it advertised.
It is.
Oh, yeah. And I've heard people were very emotional over it. I don't know why, but I'm not even an Elvis fan, but I grew up in Memphis, and y'all, Elvis is
he's king.
It's just woven into everything you do there. So I just have to see it.
I think I would like to see that too. I've never even been to Graceland, but I think I'd like to see the movie.
Oh yeah, well we should go.
Yeah. Mindy, are you up for Elvis?
I am.
Okay.
There's a lot of movies actually we want to see. And so we did see Maverick, which that was so good. I would totally watch it again. Jurassic World comes out or just came out.
It did, yeah.
Something. Okay. So we're talking about going while we're at the beach with our family to go see Jurassic World. Yeah. We all want to see Thor. That's coming out in July. It's the next another Marvel movie. Okay. Because, they keep making another Marvel movie. So we're going to go see Thor, and Elvis is also on the list. So I'm excited to be back at the movies. I really am. And to have more than just one, it's like, I actually have a list. What is this about?
I know. Well, one that I want to see is one that we read in our book club, which is called Where the Crawdads Sing. Oh. And I think a lot of people read that book, and that movie is coming out July 15th. And it's about a woman who raised herself in the marshes of the Deep South, and she becomes a suspect in the murder of a man she was once involved with. So it was a really good book, and I'm interested to see how they'll translate that to the big screen. I'm sure it will have pretty cinematography. So I definitely want to go see that. But I think I'm going to add Elvis to the list because that sounds like a fun one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, where do you guys want to go this summer? Mindy, you said you're going to the beach.
We are. We're headed to the beach next week. It's our big family beach trip. So we're headed to Santa Rosa Beach. We were able to take a little weekend jaunt to our friend Tony and Holly's house that we have known them for a long time. It was so sweet to actually be able to go to their house for the weekend. And also Atlanta is on my list. And that may seem silly, but one of our college visits is in Atlanta actually tomorrow. And so I just want to take some more day trips with the boys. We're only an hour south. And so I kind of want to, explore where we live. And so all of the different things to do there. I want to just adventure out with the boys a little more this summer.
Yeah, that sounds fun. That sounds like a lot of fun. All right, I am going to Glacier National Park this weekend. Wish me luck. Right now, or the past couple of days, it's been terrible weather there. Big snow, big rain.
Right.
But hoping that once we get there, we will have a great time. And it's one of those things where it's all booked, so we're doing it, and let the chips fall where they may. Julie, where are you going?
Well, normally summer is like we look forward to travel and have in the past, but this summer we really don't have, travel's just not something we're doing a lot of. But I love this thing I read on, somebody posted on Instagram. It said summer, this is for you, for those of you who maybe don't have big travel plans. It says summer doesn't have to be daily bucket list items, fancy vacations, and constant checklists. Summer can be quiet nights with fireflies, watching the stars, and reading before bed. So that's kind of the summer that we have planned. And if we get to somewhere, it'll be a last minute thing. We kind of have a trip to Massachusetts planned to go back to this sailing regatta that we went to that we were able to go to last July. And but we just hold those plans loosely. Like it's a hope, but I don't know. I just don't know if it'll happen or not. But if we do, he's got two weeks off from treatment, so we would love to go back to Nantucket. Stay up there and make some little day trips too. So to different islands and stuff.
Yeah. Well, we're certainly going to be praying that you guys get to do that. Yeah. All right. Well, let's talk about what to wear this summer, because we always want to know, what can we wear? And usually we pick out all these great things to wear, and then it's so hot that all we wear are tank top and shorts anyways. But let's hear your aspirational list of what to wear. Mindy, I feel like you always have something on your fashion horizon.
I do. Okay. So since I broke my toe, I actually went to a running store and got fitted for some new shoes, like while my toe was broken. I wanted to make sure that they would fit and that I could get back to walking and anyways, just really try to take care of my feet. So I ended up with some new Hokas, and I have never bought Hokas before, and I'm really enjoying them as I slowly get back to walking. It is a comfortable shoe. I ended up with the Clifton 8s and have really been enjoying my new Hokas. So that's my walking shoe. I actually have a pair of denim shorts that I just found at Old Navy a couple weeks ago that I have other denim shorts that I've bought in the past, but I'm really loving these for a couple of reasons. Also, I got them for like $15. So they are called the high-waisted slouchy straight denim shorts. Now they come in different colors. Every summer, Old Navy has a ton of different types of denim shorts. I like these because they are 5 inches long, which is kind of the sweet spot for how tall I am and, not being inappropriate or grandma. So it's right there in the middle. They don't have a whole lot of stretch to them, which I like. And so I sized up a size to get the look that I wanted. They are so comfortable. They're high-waisted, but they're not uncomfortable high-waisted.
Right.
So again, I sized up from what I typically wear, and they just they fit really good. They feel really good. And I love these shorts. I'm going to be wearing all the time. And then I have another pair of pants. I call them my magic pants. And y'all, these pants I have fallen in love with, and I think you guys would love them too. They're from Target, and they are the high-rise wide leg linen pull-on pants. The brand is A New Day, because there's a lot of wide leg pants out there, but these particular ones, I bought them in black. I ended up going back and buying this cream and white stripe color. My gosh, Marie.
I have these, Mindy. I'm showing Mindy on Skype that I own these pants.
Those are the cream and white ones I went back and bought.
They are.
We can totally be matchy-matchy.
They are magic pants, though. They can be dressy or casual. They're super comfortable. Yes.
Yes. Oh, my gosh. So I started with the black ones, and I'm like, they're perfect for my height. I'm like, you put them on. I'm like, these fit perfectly. How is that? Yeah. And I have worn them. I wore them to dressy dinners, to church. When we were in Arizona, they were cool enough to wear, like for Bryce and I when we went to nice dinners. So I've put them with a cute top, a t-shirt, a tank top. Like they are literally the everything pant. And y'all, they came in so handy when my toe broke, because they're wide leg.
Oh yeah.
And I can wear some Birkenstocks now. And so I can wear them with my Birkenstocks.
Yes. Oh, well, that's neat.
Oh my gosh, I love those pants. So those are my favorite things right now. That's what I'm wearing.
Okay. Well, we'll definitely have to put a link to some of those.
That's so funny, Marie. Oh my gosh, you found the magic pants.
Yes. All right, Julie, what are you wearing this summer?
It's really funny because the whole time you were talking, Mindy, I had the same jean shorts. I bought 2 pair.
Are you serious?
Yes, because I don't even normally buy jean shorts.
Yeah.
the same ones, and they're kind of thick, more like a real pair of jeans. They're not the real thin. Mm-hmm. And I just bought 2. That's what I do when I like them, because I'm afraid something will happen to them. So I just pretty much live in those. And I have my Altra, ALTRA trail running shoes that I absolutely love. Kind of what's significant about them is they're made the shape of your foot. So instead of the toe box going to a point, they are shaped like your toes. So you have plenty of room up there. I think they're called zero elevation, so your heel is down. They don't have a big, thick heel. More like a Choco fits your foot,
Right. Okay.
So they take a little getting used to, but I love them. So yeah, trail shoes and my jean shorts.
Listen, what color did you get in the jean shorts? Because I'm actually going back today for another color.
I mean, they're just kind of mid. They're not the light blue, and they're not dark.
Yes,
they're just middle.
The medium wash.
Yeah,
that's the first ones I bought. I'm thinking of buying a white one, like a white pair.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't.
But they also have black, and they also had like a khaki color, but they're denim. So, anyways, I'm going back today.
I need to go back for the white ones.
Yes.
All right. Well, I am going to be recommending also something from Target. So I bought 3 summer dresses from Target this year, and I've loved all 3 of them. And they're all 3 from the Knox Rose brand line at Target. And so I wore the white one to my daughter's graduation. It was like a long white dress.
Oh, it was beautiful, Marie.
Thank you. Yes, I got that from Target. And then I got like a minty green one that I've also worn, and then I got a dark blue one. I think I wore that to my daughter's graduation party. So if you look at our Instagram and scroll back, you can see some of these dresses.
Nice.
But like the dark blue one is sleeveless and just really comfortable and not too hot. When it's hot out, but you want to look a little bit dressy. I just found that there were so many Knox Rose line dresses that I could have bought, but I just don't wear a dress that often in the summer, so I stuck to 3. But yeah, go down and check it out, or if you don't have a Target near you, order them online. But I found they had a great selection, not like a couple years ago when we were talking about the prairie dresses and what was Target thinking. They actually had cute dresses this year, really cute.
Oh,
yeah. And I think I feel cooler in a dress. Like it's just one piece you have to put on. It's not really touching you anywhere except hanging on your shoulders. Like even if it's a casual thing, I think it's okay to wear a dress like that.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, our last category is to listen to. So what are you guys listening to this summer?
I've actually been trying out some new podcasts. And so I've gone through 2. I was like, okay, neither one of those really struck a chord, but pretty much that's a conversation I'm having with when I meet someone or I'm talking to somebody is kind of what are the podcasts that you're listening to? I'm looking, but one that some friends of ours and also my husband has talked about for years that I'm actually downloading to listen to is Stephen Armstrong. And I want to go through the book of Genesis. He is a pastor and he goes verse by verse. And my husband has told me for years how good it is. I love the book of Genesis. I would love to delve in deeper. And I am so excited to finally start this journey. He has done different books of the Bible, but my husband knew my affinity for Genesis. So, but he's listened to the Genesis one, Revelation, Matthew, there's just different books, but it's Stephen Armstrong. So.
Okay. And so have you actually started listening to this yet, or you're going to?
No, he just sent me the link this morning. He just showed me how to find it. Anyways. Okay. So I haven't started, but I am starting.
Okay. You can listen while you walk with your new Cocos.
While I walk very slowly.
With your toe.
Yes.
All right, Julie, are you listening to anything this summer?
Well, not really. I'm kind of in that place where I've got old podcasts that I still listen to, but I am looking for new ones. But I haven't really stumbled upon anything. I do have a lot of audiobooks that I need to listen to, and but not much.
Okay. So last weekend was and I'm going to get this all messed up. Was it the Platinum Jubilee in England?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Not last weekend don't listen to last weekend, but like last weekend as far as when we're recording,
1st of June.
Yes, yes. And so anyways, I was going to my daughter's orientation like June 6th or something. So just after that was over. And I had 5 hours to drive one way and 5 hours to drive the next day home. So I was looking for things, and I love all drama. And the fact that Meghan and Harry got such a poor reception really made me want to deep dive into why. And I hadn't really paid that much attention to them, but I just got interested in that story. So I started looking up royal podcasts. So I downloaded ones from like right after they left the royal family, right after they released their Oprah interview, everything about the Platinum Jubilee. So I had all these hours worth of basically gossipy drama to listen to down there and back. But I, for 2 days, went into a deep dive on Harry and Meghan. So I guess I bring that up just to say, like, you can find anything to listen to out there.
Yes.
And so I listened. It was funny too, because I listened to some podcasts based in the UK and then some podcasts based in the US, and the coverage of Harry and Meghan was completely different. And that was so interesting too.
That's interesting.
So it was very interesting. And I discovered something too. I always thought that I had seen Princess Diana get married. Like if people said like, oh, do you remember the royal wedding? But in all my deep dives, I realized that she got married when I was in like 3rd grade or something. I did not watch that. I must have watched Andrew and Fergie get married, because that was more along the age group that I thought I was when I watched it. But it's so odd. All these years, I thought I watched Princess Diana.
Well, you've probably seen the replay.
I have. And it could be the day that I was watching that they kept going back and forth. Yeah. But if someone would have said, did you watch Princess Diana and Prince Charles get married? I would have said yes. But I didn't.
Oh, that's funny. I remember my mom watching it.
Okay. Yeah.
So I do remember as a kid, I was like, why didn't they fix her hair?
Oh.
I literally thought that. I was like, why didn't she fix her hair to get married?
Yeah, and when I've been watching The Crown, I've always been extremely interested in the episodes about Diana, thinking that I had watched all this, but really I was too young to have even, been interested in it. So, but if you are interested in the whole Harry and Meghan thing, why they left, why they did an Oprah interview, like what they say over in the UK about it versus what they say over here. I mean, there's a ton of stuff online that you can. The one thing I couldn't find that I really wanted to do, I could have listened to it for 2 hours in the car, was if I could have found the actual Oprah interview, but I couldn't find like it anywhere. Like maybe I could have paid for some streaming service, but it wasn't like, I thought I'd just be able to go to YouTube, because I never watched it when it came out. I thought I'd just be able to go to YouTube and listen to it on my ride home, but I couldn't.
But you couldn't find it. Listen, I was deep diving at the same time, but into the fashion.
Oh.
And so every day I was all excited. I would wake up and I'm like, ooh, what happened when I was sleeping? And so I would quickly look up. I'm like, ooh, what everybody wear? And then I realized Harry and Meghan left really fast. And I was like, what? There's no more pictures of outfits? Oh my goodness. And then I was interested. I was like, what happened?
Yeah. Well, there's some podcasts I could send you. So
I was into all the little videos with the Queen and Paddington. Did you see those?
Yes.
I heard about them. Yeah.
Like
Adorable.
she opened her purse and she had a grilled cheese sandwich in there, which is just so hysterical, because she carries that purse around everywhere. And why would the Queen need a purse? So we finally know it's for her grilled cheese sandwich. Not her grill. It was her cheese and marmalade. It was her marmalade sandwich.
Okay. That's cute.
That's so cute.
Yeah. So I don't know. I must have been watching. I think like once you look up one thing on the Facebook news part of your app and you click on an article, they send you literally a million articles on that.
Yes.
Like that's all you're interested in.
Yes.
Which I'm not sad about. I'm over the Depp and Heard trial. So now I went to Harry and Meghan.
Right. So anyways, not listening to anything super edifying, but it really passed my road trip home from Mississippi. Okay, well, you guys, I hope that you are finding things to listen to and things to see and things to do this summer that make summer a little bit more fun. And maybe some of the things on our to-do list are something that struck some inspiration for you. Come and find us on Instagram at Midlife Matters Podcast or email us at midlifematterspodcast@gmail.com. If you have any suggestions for us or you want to share that you're trying anything, we would love to hear from you. Today, we're not going to do I'm a Fan because we've basically given you a long list of things that we love. And I'm going to do my best to put links in the show notes. But if you can't find something, feel free to message us. Julie and Mindy, I know that your ideas have inspired me, and I hope that you guys have had fun talking about your to-do lists.
Yeah, I definitely gotten some ideas because I was lacking on several categories.
Yeah, and I'm encouraged that I'm not really failing with summer because I appreciate that you guys are like, I don't know, with some of those things.
Right. It would be interesting to come back and see what we actually did do this summer, but
I don't know if I want you to ask me that.
I know. We don't want to discourage ourselves.
Right.
All right, we'll talk to you guys next week.
Okay.
Sounds great.
All right, bye. We're so happy you joined us today. You can find the show notes for this episode at midlifematterspodcast.com. Also, please tell a friend about the show and help them hit the free subscribe button on their favorite podcast app. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at Midlife Matters Podcast. That's where we post pictures and stories about all the things we talk about in each episode. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.